the people saying, Brooklyn saying, Hacienda saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo saying, Down Under saying, Miami saying, Jamaica. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Tell them where I'm at, from the plaque to the everything fat, got muzzled on.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
I'm Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. This NBA season rocking right along, and we're loving every minute of it. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Portland Trail Blazers. For Portland, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court,
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Trail Blazers in this one. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And for the Heat, we've got another hometown game here in Miami. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And when you look at Miami, they're a team searching for a way to take a leap forward this season. So far, here in the early going, that leap has not existed.
Well, with the personnel they have, Greg, that leap probably not going to come. I mean, they could be a playoff team, but I don't see them being a major threat.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers, Rajon Rondo is out there with Smith. Then it's Pierce. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's McGinnis in at the power forward.
Well, you knew things were going to be different in Miami without LeBron. They slowed down their approach on offense, going from one of the more up-tempo teams to one of the slower ones last season.
Rondo passes to McGinnis. Garnett with the block. They recover it. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. About 1 minute into the first quarter.
Boy, after the first three misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
And for the Heat, Greg, you know, you knew that they would be different. But, you know, going from top to the second slowest pace, Clark, was a very drastic move.
Yeah, that is a significant change in style. Covered the second least ground in the league last season, according to player trackers. You guys can figure that out.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it was over 16 miles ran per game as a team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just 2 to shoot. Portland, no good that time either.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Okafor kicks to Allen. Tries from 10. Misses off the right iron.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Okafor with the steal. Johnson against Rondo. Johnson kicks to Garnett. 4 on the shot clock. Baseline J on the way. Again, Garnett missing. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Magic in Orlando.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said their main focus will be trying to contain Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, "We all know that Rondo's capable of taking over games single-handedly. So, guys," he said, "they've got to match his energy and try to keep him out of the paint."
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now here's Rondo. Chamberlain a screen. Rondo a screen on Allen. Pierce with a wide open look. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Pierce has got 5 now.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Pierce against Marion. He dishes it to Okafor. Garnett wide open. From 13 feet, it goes down.
And, boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Marion against Pierce. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Allen outside. Pass to Marion. Inside. Here's Okafor. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Rondo kicks to Pierce. And Okafor with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Rondo against Johnson. Feeds it to Chamberlain. Shot clock at 5. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. McGinnis. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Here's Johnson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks to Okafor. And stolen by Chamberlain. Pull up Jay. The shot is off. The Heat go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Really an exciting game for them and really an exciting win. So the kind of thing that could maybe propel you to bigger and better things.
Well, Greg, you know that feeling. You go out and beat a tough opponent in dramatic fashion. I mean, that's the kind of win that elevates you and sticks with you for a while.
Here's Rondo. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Rondo dishes to Chamberlain. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Portland shooting their first free throws of this.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And you look at what they shot from the line last season, and it's so much higher. I mean, you wouldn't think it's possible to take such a tumble in the span of just 1 year.
And he makes the first. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Now here's Allen, looking for his first basket still in this one. He feeds it to Marion. Okafor with a screen on Smith. 6 to shoot. Marion passes to Okafor. Allen against Rondo. Dishes it to Pierce. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Marion. The Heat trail by 4. Pass to Johnson. Tipped away. It's stolen by Smith. Rondo against Marion. Here's McGinnis. No good. Excellent D there from Garnett. Heat have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Marion kicks to Allen. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
A different look for Miami. Crawford comes in for Shawn Marion. And it's Mills in for Johnson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Amir Johnson's checked in for McGinnis. Redick comes in for Smith. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Allen drops them both. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Now, here's Redick. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Garnett with the block. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
And that one's good by Chamberlain.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Here's Allen. Following the basket made by Wilt Chamberlain. The 8-footer. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Allen. Garnett's got it all tied up now for Miami. Trailblazers shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Chamberlain a screen. Crawford with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Boris Diaz checked in for Miami. Muhammad comes in for Ray Allen. The Heat have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The free throw good from Kevin Garnett. Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of the season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
Both shots good from the stripe. And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
That's good.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
Here's Schroeder. Outside Pierce. Johnson the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Diaw against Pierce. Not enough on that one as it misses.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
And Muhammad kicks to Diaw. No good from the wing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now here's Pierce. 5 points in the game. Down low, Johnson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. I'm watching Amir Johnson, Clark. He seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start. And yet, there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
Now, here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shoots. And it's Portland with the rebound. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Yeah, this is really tight. I mean, it's splitting hairs when you talk about these teams. You get the feeling if they played 10 games, each side would win 5.
Now here's Muhammad. Diaw, the screen. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Schroeder passes to Pierce. Johnson sends the screen for Pierce. Johnson left side. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Heat have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Crawford, no one around him. Wide open shot is on the money. And the Heat lead by 4.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they need.
Kevin, let's look at the Trailblazers to see how they're doing ranking-wise in the NBA. Second in three-point field goal percentage. Third in second chance points. And they also show up as a top 5 rebounding team.
You know, you go back to their three-point field goal percentage, some true dead eyes on their roster, no doubt. And that's such a luxury offensively. They have been absolutely lights out.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Now Schroeder. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. They grab their own miss. Garnett with the block. Johnson dishes to Pierce. Johnson with a screen on Crawford. 1:11 left in the first quarter. And Redick kicks to Johnson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Garnett. Putting up about 24 points per, 14 rebounds, and 2 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
Trailblazers on D, trailing by 2, and Mills kicks to Garnett. A fader. And Pierce pulls it down. And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency. Shooting over 47% from the field last year. And Greg, that by far the highest in his career.
Yeah, and in his mid-range jumper last year, just automatic. The turnovers per minute average also ridiculously low. Even improved as a defender. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Portland shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. Here's Mills. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Diaw, the screen. And Mills kicks to Crawford. And that one goes long. Here's Pierce. The feed to Redick. The tray, and he gets it to go. Schroeder's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by a bucket, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked about their great fan support in Toronto.
Almost like a soccer atmosphere. I don't know if you've been to a soccer game overseas, but they're just all...
A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
They've got Marion. Boris Diaw is out there with Okafor. Then it's Johnson, and it's Allen in at the 2-guard position. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Johnson against Rondo. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. Number 1, Ray Allen.
His shooting has been off the charts. I mean, especially given that he typically operates away from the basket. Those aren't all layups he's knocking down.
Yeah, and he's got such a nice, soft touch inside or outside, and he has the ability to create high-quality shots for himself. That makes him a tough scoring threat.
And that one falls for Diaw. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Here's McGinnis. Shot from 12. And Okafor with the block. And he recovers it. Miami trailer. Allen outside. There's the dish to Johnson. To the inside. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist by Johnson.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Here's McGinnis. Portland no good that time either.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Johnson outside. He kicks to Diaw. Just 5 on the clock. Miami needs to get a shot off. Offensive rebound Heat. Okafor, the pass to Allen. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Rondo against Allen. Chamberlain with a screen on Allen. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Mavericks. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Portland, 4.5 games behind.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, you know, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Here's Diaw. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Diaw's got 5 points in the quarter. For Portland, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5.
And, you know, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
For Miami, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Johnson outside. On the wing, Marion. Diaw, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. The shot by Marion, no good.
And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20-21 last year at American Airlines Arena, but the fans love them all the same.
But they recover it. Smith in the post, guarded by Marion. Nice shot by Smith. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. The Heat shooting in this game, 45%. Johnson kicks to Diaw. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And he gets it to go.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Now, here's Redick. Shot clock at 6. Here's McGinnis. And Okafor with the block. Smith against Allen. And here is Okafor. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Now, here's Diaw. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Rondo kicks to Redick. There's the pick. Shot on the wing. Misses off the left iron. He'd have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Johnson outside. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
The Heat have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And that one falls for Johnson. Last season, Portland won the Northwest Division and had a good year, certainly, but they had some issues when they were the away team on the road and away from the Rose Garden. They had some problems.
Yeah, actually played under 500 on the road, Kevin. Something you rarely see out of a team that wins 51 games.
Miami leading by 3. Ray Allen is on the wing. And it's Marion in the corner. There's the pass to Okafor. Smith dishes to Rondo. Here's McGinnis. Miami grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Marion outside. Diaw, the screen. Marion passes to Diaw. Second shot opportunity, and stolen by Redick. To stop the drought. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Smith.
Rondo, a master at setting up teammates. They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And to be honest, not quite the numbers you've come to expect from a player of his caliber.
Well, you know, it's been a topsy-turvy stretch for him. But don't worry, team. He'll be back to beasting in no time.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Paul Pierce is checked in for J.J. Redick. Nobody near Allen. Portland grabs the miss. Now here's Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Pierce the pass to McGinnis. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Heat with the lead. Johnson outside. Garnett with the screen for Marion. 5 to shoot. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Heat have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. That's good from Ray Allen. And the Heat with some changes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Marion. And it's Mills in for Dennis Johnson. Portland also making some changes. Johnson comes in for McGinnis. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Allen against Pierce. Here's Garnett. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Offensive rebound. Tries again. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
The Heat making a switch here. Muhammad's checked in. For Portland, they have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Now, here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shoots off the screen. Pass to Muhammad. Just 4 to shoot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. As you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
He misses the free throw.
What a game for Garnett. He's got 13 points, and he's been a brick wall today with all those blocks.
You got that right. He's giving them serious doubts about bringing the ball to the rim.
He hits the second from the line. Portland trailing here. Schroeder kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Schroeder. Portland moving the ball around. There's a screen. Pass to Pierce. Johnson sets the screen for Pierce. Shot clock at 5. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Now here's Crawford. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Took the opportunity when he saw it. And the Heat lead by 5. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Schroeder passes to Pierce. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Another shot. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
I thought they did a better job of getting it inside in the first. I mean, they were conscious of throwing that ball in the paint and attacking the rim.
The Trailblazers have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Crawford outside. Five on the clock. And another basket for Miami. Trailblazers trail by 4. They set the screen. Here's Marjanovic. No good. Excellent D there from Garnett. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Schroeder. Picked by Okafor. Mills with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. To the paint. Here's Garnett. Offensive rebound. And Mills kicks to Okafor. Feeds it to Muhammad. Here's Garnett. Garnett with another miss. And here's Portland. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. Schroeder. Here's Johnson. Shot is no good. And Miami the other way now.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Okay, Miami, now coming onto the court are your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. Ray Allen fourth.
Yeah, you don't have to be a great shooter to play two guards, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, these guys don't know the meaning of cold streaks. They're either hot, red hot, or sizzling. Those are the kind of shooters they are from downtown.
And Portland making a change here. Chamberlain's checked in. Picked by Okafor. Kicks to Garnett. Shoots a fader. It's rebounded by Schroeder. After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
Mills dishes to Garnett. Ball's knocked loose. It's taken away by Smith. And that misses. That would have put him up. Miami's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Schroeder. Okafor kicks to Garnett. Lock at 6.
Kevin, let's check out how Miami stacked up in the league stats over the last month. 7th in opponent points per game, 8th in opponent field goal shooting. And they're in the top half of the league in free throw shooting as well. Pretty good, but they could certainly stand some improvement there.
And you look at their opponent's points per game. Now, some of that can be influenced by pace of play, but I still like what I'm seeing from them defensively. Getting stops, a big part of how they win games.
First free throw is good. And there's the call on Shabazz Muhammad. That's foul number 2 for him. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Schroeder kicks to Johnson. In the corner, Smith with it. Puts it up from 12, and he hits the jumper for 2. Smith's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Mills passes to Garnett. Here's Muhammad. No luck, and it's Portland the other way.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Now here's Pierce, who's coming off a 16-point game against the Magic in Orlando.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Garnett up top, guarded by Chamberlain. Garnett dishes to Crawford. Down low, he's looking for Okafor and finds him. And he uses the glass on the layup. Okafor's got 6 points.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Here's Schroeder. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat lead by 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's start with you. What do you think about the Heat?
Well, they forced their way to some easy buckets, aggressively going to the rack, imposing their will. I mean, taking it inside establishes an attitude and toughness that you can't get any other way.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, they're definitely struggling with their offensive efficiency. Anytime you're shooting in the low 30s from the floor, you're not going to put yourself in a position to win. They look too predictable right now. They need to do a better job of adjusting to what they're seeing from the defense.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Give it up for your Heat. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. It's been a clinic from Kevin Garnett.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
That reach he's shown, Greg, has certainly been fantastic in getting to some of these shots. I mean, he looks like he's got telescopic arms out there.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Smith. Chamberlain is out there with McGinnis. Then it's Pierce. And it's Rondo in at the one spot. Johnson kicks to Marion. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Marion's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Heat. Outside, Pierce. McGinnis with the screen on Marion. And Pierce, here we go. And the officials call a traveling violation.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Marion. How last month turned out for him, getting around 12 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And, you know, that's what stars do. It isn't always about scoring 50 points. It's about making plays consistent.
Now here's Allen. They get it back. KG, that's good. Now it's a 6-point Heat lead.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Here's against Marion. Left side, Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot, and the layup is good. McGinnis has got his second basket.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Pick by Okafor. Johnson, the pass to Okafor. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist in this one. Trailblazers trail by 6. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
It's Pierce on the wing, guarded by Marion. Pierce attacking. He feeds it to Chamberlain. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Chamberlain got 8 points.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Johnson kicks to Okafor. Dishes it to Allen. Pass to Marion. Pick by Okafor. It's Marion with the drive. Tries again. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
For Miami, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
One shot, gentlemen.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And it's Rondo penetrating. It's stolen by Garnett. Now one against Smith. Marion. That is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Boris Diaz checked in for Miami. And Portland with a change here too. Redick is checked in. Garnett with the screen for Johnson. It's tipped. McGinnis against Garnett. 5 to shoot. Diaz, that's the pick for Marion. It's tipped, but he stays with it. Here's McGinnis. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Diaw against Rondo. Now Johnson. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The feed to Marion. Garnett, the screen. Allen against Redick. 6 to shoot. Allen dishes to Johnson. Shoots it. Miami no good on that time either. Trailblazers trail by 7. Outside Pierce. Here's Marjanovic, guarded by Garnett. Rondo passes to McGinnis. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. McGinnis has got 6 points.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Johnson outside. Garnett, the screen. Allen against Redick. Allen kicks to Garnett. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
For Portland, they have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far. The Heat with the lead. And here is Allen. Marion outside. Here's Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. They set the pick. Pierce kicks to Rondo. Back to Pierce. Redick is in the corner. Nailed from three-point land. Redick's got 5 now. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Again, the miss by the Heat. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how they, Greg, played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot, and with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
Now here's Garnett. He's got 18. That drops.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Erik Spoelstra address his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Garnett. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's McGinnis. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, you know, as you said, Portland challenged every shot last season. They were a top 10 team in limiting opponents' shooting percentage. They were also best in the league in limiting three-pointers.
From about 16, Portland grabs the miss.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lean is probably not the best option on that shot.
Portland again missing.
There are a lot of different approaches on defense. Portland challenged shots and didn't make risky plays. They were last in turnovers forced last year, but overall, they had a strong defense.
And Garnett with the basket on the assist from Dennis Johnson. 22 points for Garnett.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Pierce attacking, deflects the pass. Kevin Garnett with the steal. To the inside, Allen lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Allen's got 5. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Heat.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Now here's Johnson, and it's slammed in by Garnett.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
You know, whatever they chopped it up about during the break, it's worked. I mean, they've really been excellent in their execution since halftime.
Here's Rondo, following the score by Kevin Garnett. Pierce inside the three-point line, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Johnson. Diaw, the screen. Down low. Johnson with the block. Redick against Allen. Now the pass to McGinnis. Rondo dishes to Pierce, and it's blocked. Johnson with it. High arcing shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Heat.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Allen kicks to Johnson. Now the dish to Marion. Back to Johnson. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Garnett. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Okafor's checked in. Muhammad comes in for Sean Marion. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Ray Allen. And it's Mills in for Dennis Johnson. Portland also making some changes. Chamberlain comes in for McGinnis. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for J.J. Redick. Now here's Schroeder, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
The Heat have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw good from Kevin Garnett. Smith checked in for the Trailblazers. Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett. Trailblazers trail by 9. Johnson the screen. Schroeder passes to Johnson, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, as usual, a lot of offense in the NBA is being generated from the small forward position this season. Here are the league's best at that position. 5th best, Paul Pierce.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players on that list always come through in the scoring department. These guys pack a lot of firepower.
The Trailblazers have gone 9 of 13 from the line. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. And it's the Heat with the ball. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. And Mills kicks to Garnett. 13 feet away. The rebound by Pierce. Trailblazers trail by 8. Smith on the wing, covered by Okafor. Trailblazers keep it alive.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. Shot clock at 6. Inside, here's Johnson, and he dunks it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Mills, that's a 2-pointer. They get it again. Okafor. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Okafor's got 13.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
And he gets the bucket.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Miami leading by 6. Here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Garnett dishes to Muhammad. Knocks down the 10-footer. And the Heat lead by 8. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Schroeder kicks to Smith. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rondo passes to Smith. Shot clock at 5. The 19-foot shot. Again, the Trailblazers score.
That is a very low percentage shot, Kevin, but it's the result they were looking for at the end of the day.
Now Mills. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Miami ahead, up by 6. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Trailblazers trail by 6. Crawford out there with Mills. Then there's Marion. Then there's Okafor. And it's Muhammad in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
It's Crawford with the drive, and he gets it to go. Crawford's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Miami. And here's Schroeder. Chamberlain a screen. Now here's Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Smith inside, guarded by Crawford. The Heat leading by 8. And Mills kicks to Crawford. And the lead now is double digits on that bucket. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside, Pierce. Chamberlain a screen. Pierce kicks to Smith. Schroeder passes to Smith. The kick out to Pierce. All alone. No luck.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Pass to Okafor. There's the pick. He dishes it to Mills. The wide open look here for Marion. The three-pointer, no good. Trailblazers trail by 10. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Smith right side. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Crawford dishes to Mills. Pass to Okafor. Heat moving the ball around. From deep. Shots good by Mills. And the Heat lead by 13.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Smith kicks it over to Schroeder. Smith outside. Pass to McGinnis. Marion with the steal. McGinnis against Crawford. Right wing. Feeds it to Mills. Picked by Okafor. 6 to shoot. And Mills kicks to Muhammad. And again, Miami with the triple.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And, Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
A different look for Miami. Allen comes in for Muhammad. And Dennis Johnson's subbed in for Patty Mills. Trailblazers trail by 16. Pierce with it to stop the run. He takes it up and lays it in.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Okafor sets the pick for Johnson. Kicks it to Okafor. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Okafor's got 9 points here in the second half. Outside, Pierce. Inside, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Now here's Schroeder. Chamberlain with a screen on Crawford. Here's Schroeder. He feeds it to Chamberlain. Just 5 to shoot. Pierce inside the three-point line. Pierce with another miss.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite. And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Smith on the wing. Dishes it to Schroeder. Here's McGinnis. And he banks in the layup.
George McGinnis.
Here's Johnson. Picked by Okafor. Johnson outside. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound, Heat. That is good. And that's now 6 points for Marion.
Boy, this team has really been on the offensive glass here in the second half, doing an outstanding job. And that's one of the reasons they're on top.
Schroeder passes to Pierce. Here's McGinnis. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. McGinnis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Johnson kicks to Okafor. The feed to Allen. And the pass to Crawford. The dish to Johnson. 4 on the clock. The offensive rebound. And it's Okafor missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now Schroeder. Chamberlain with a screen on Crawford. It's Pierce on the wing. Defended by Allen. Baseline J on the way. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. Crawford's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Pierce. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Lets it go from 11. That one a little long.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Crawford left side. Fires from 14. Portland grabs the miss. Pierce has got his 3rd rebound on the night. He kicks it to Chamberlain. Beyond the arc. Here's Pierce. That's good on the assist by Chamberlain. And that's 12 points for Paul Pierce.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
Kevin Garnett has checked in for Jamal Crawford. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Portland. Here's Allen. Garnett outside. Shot from 12. It's hauled in by McGinnis.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Rondo passes to McGinnis. Screen by Smith. Fades. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Johnson dishes to Okafor. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Miami with the ball. Johnson outside. Passes it to Garnett. 5 on the clock. A second chance effort, and he gets it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Pierce for 3. Garnett grabs the board.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Okafor. Garnett kicks to Marion, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
Now here's Garnett following the miss by Paul Pierce. Garnett the pass to Okafor. Shot is off. Johnson with the defensive effort. Trailblazers trail by 21. And McGinnis kicks to Smith. It's good from long range.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Now here's Allen. Picked by Okafor. It's Marion with the drive. Some solid defense from Johnson.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
Johnson sends the screen for Rondo. Here's McGinnis. Another shot. Johnson can't get it to go.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Now here's Garnett on the wing. Johnson. It's taken away by Smith.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Heat.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And I like what they've done here. Made the plays they had to. That's why they'll be going up 1-0 in their season series against the Trailblazers.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Okafor. You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Both free throws good from Okafor.
Talk about a terrific game for Okafor. 14 rebounds and 4 blocks. Excellent defensive presence on the glass and delivering some of that shot blocking skill too.
He has really just owned the paint. Well-rounded performance.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Boris Diaz checked in for Garnett. Muhammad comes in for Sean Marion. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Ray Allen. And it's Mills in for Johnson. Muhammad dishes to Okafor. Pass to Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Heat. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. It seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Greg, you think they've been rattled?
They have, Kevin, but that's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Diaw, the screen. Mills passes to Diaw. For three. No good. Good work defensively by Johnson. And here's Schroeder. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now we'll send it up to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who is standing by for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Let's take a look now as we give our nod to our Jordan player of the game. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted. And Kenny, you had some words earlier while the game was going on. What do you think?
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.